Previous year questions are very important in preparation, especially mains questions. Today we will be tried Journal Studies Paper 1, Unit 1, that is History and Art and Culture. In part 1 we have History of Rajasthan, which includes major landmarks in history of Rajasthan, including major dynasties, administrative and revenue systems, political awakening, heritage of Rajasthan, literature, lok devtas, etc. Part B we have Indian history, which includes Indian architecture, religious movements, modern India, Indian national movement, and socio-religious reform movements, and post-independent consolidation. In part C we have world history. In world history, this time they included this topic, American War of Independence, and they asked a question from this topic also. So let's start our discussion. First question we have, name any 4 out of 6 orthodox school of Indian Vedic philosophy. You know, we have 2 type of philosophies. First, orthodox philosophy, and other one heterodox philosophy. Orthodox philosophy includes Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vasishika, Vedanta, Mimamsa, and the other one heterodox includes Buddhism, Jainism, Charvak, Ajivikas, etc. So Vasishika was found by Kanad Rishi, Nyaya was found by Gautam Rishi, Yoga was founded by Patanjali, Sankhya by Kapil Muni, Vedanta by Vedvyas, and Mimamsa by Jaimini Rishi. We will be discussing all these topics in our coming history lectures. Next question is Ravanatha. What is Ravanatha? So it is basically a moderate type question, and it is a stringed folk instrument. Let me show you just. Ravan used to play this instrument to please Lord Shiva. So this vocal accompaniment by Bhopas. Bhopas is basically a community in western Rajasthan, and they used to play this instrument while narrating the story of Pabuji in form of Pabuji ki Fad. Next question we have, Surayvardi Sufi Silsila. Silsila basically means order, who comes first, and this Surayvardi Sufi Silsila was founded by Sheikh Sahibuddin Surayvardi in Baghdad, Iraq. Later on it came to India by Sheikh Bahuddin Zakaria. It can be sold through Indian Art and Culture by Nitin Singhania. Next question, the role of Aruna Asaf Ali in Quit India movement. She was a revolutionary freedom fighter. She played a crucial role in Quit India movement in 1942. She started underground movement through radio, magazine, pamphlet, etc. The main thing she did was she hosted Indian flag at the Gowalia Tank Maidan in Bombay, and this gave a needed push to the movement, and this can be found in modern India of Spectrum. Here is she. Next question, 5th, which says, where did the Leonardo da Vinci paint his famous painting, The Last Supper? Supper basically means a meal before sunset. So it is a basically a difficult question, and it was painted in Milan, city of Italy. Here is the Jesus Christ having his last supper. Next question says, examine the salient feature of Raj Singh's style of temple architecture. Raj Singh was a Pallava king, and he started the constructing temples using bricks and woods. This was depart from rock cut temples which used to be constructed before him. So he belongs to Pallava dynasty, and the real structural temple started using bricks, woods, and it consists of almost all elements of Dravida style such as Gopuram, pillar, mandapa. Let me show you: Gopuram, mandapa, Garbhagriha, Shikhar, Viman. So this style changed the rock cut temples. The famous example is Shore Temple at Mahabalipuram. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site also. Next question: throw light on activities of Kamar Singh in Bihar during Revolt of 1857. Kamar Singh was a Jamidar, belongs to Bihar. He was a Rajput Jamidar, and he was around 80-year-old during the revolt, and Britisher had deprived him of his estate. He was expert in the guerrilla warfare. He assumed command of the soldiers at the Danapur even in his old age of 70s and 80s. He defeated British sepoys led by Captain Lee Grant. His brother was running parallel government. Thus, despite old age and ill health, Kamar Singh participated in the revolt and continued the struggle. Though he was killed later. This is Babu Kamar Singh. Next question: write a short note on the integration of Siroi in United Rajasthan. Siroi was integrated in 7th phase of integration of Rajasthan. Along with 18 states, Siroi formed United Rajasthan on 26th January 1950s. Basically, Siroi was a princely state, and after independence it got a minor ruler, and due to minor ruler its administration got transferred to Bombay Presidency. So, political awakening in Siroi was started in 1905 by Samp Sabha, which was started by Govind Guru, the tribal welfare. Rajya Praja Mandal was founded in 1934, which demanded the responsible government and civil liberties. After independence, Siroi was ruled by minor ruler and its administration was taken over by Bombay government. Subsequently, princely state of Siroi merged with 18 states and formed United Rajasthan on 26th January 1950. So here is the Siroi, you can see in the map. Next question, we have a Begu peasant movement of Rajasthan. So Begu basically a neighboring Jagir of Bijolia, and Bijolia also facing a peasant movement under the leadership of Vijay Singh Pathik, but Begu peasant movement was under the leadership of Ram Narayan Chaudhary. So it was started due to problems of high taxation such as lags and bags and begars, which is forced labor, under the influence of Bijolia peasant movement. Peasant of Begu decided to protest against the high taxation under leadership of Ram Narayan Chaudhary, and later on the leadership got transferred to the Vijay Singh Pathik. Though Begu movement achieved some success, but at the cost of Rupaji and Kripaji lives. Basically, trench ordered fire on non-violent protesters, and in this firing, Rupaji and Kripaji died. This is basically a critical thing in Begu peasant movement. Next question, we have discussed the ideological background of American War of Independence. American Revolutionary War inspired by the ideas of English philosophers of 17th century such as Locke, Harrington, Milton, Thomas Paine. They believed that man had certain fundamental rights which no government had the right to infringe. Jefferson advocated that right to rebellion and encouraged their increasing desire for independence. Thomas Paine even said that raised against inequalities of English society. He said that English society is an unequal society, And fourth one, the liberty, equality and fraternity, which led to the independence of America on 4th July 1776. 11th question, this is a 10 marker question. It says the significance of Charan literature in classical literature of Rajasthan. First of all, we should define this Charan literature. What is Charan literature? Because this is a 10 marker question. So Charan literature deals with praise, historical and heroic deeds, moral and religious topics, lifestyle and valor of Rajput era kings. And significance, that we know most of the things from this Charan literature only. For example, Prithviraj Raso, written by Chandra Bardai. From this book we get to know about the Prithviraj Chauhan, the ruler of Ajmer, and it is authoritative source for Prithviraj Chauhan, followed by James Todd. Second one, the Marwad Pargana Ri Vigat and Nancy Ri Khyat, written by Munot Nancy, which provide detailed account of districts of Marwad, geographical location and taxation system of that time. Next one is the Dhola Maru Radoha. Basically it is a folk love story of Dhola Maru. Next one, Veli Krishnan Rukmaniri, written by Prithviraj Rathod, an epic of Krishnan Rukmani love story. Other one, Khayat, basically chronicles, Vat, stories, Chand, verses. Thus, due to Charan literature, the Dingal language and the literature exist even today. It played a crucial role in history of Rajasthan, and even present generation are getting inspiration of this from this Charan literature. Next question, we have discuss in brief the growth of ideology of Theosophist in the Theosophical society in India. We know that who founded this Theosophical society, but we don't know much about this ideological base of Theosophical society. So Theosophical society founded in New York in 1975. Later on it shifted to India in Madras in 1882. Theosophists were influenced by ancient India and held that a special relation could be established between a man and God through contemplation, prayer, revelation, etc. Theosophists believe in Hindu concept of incarnation, karma, Upanishad, Sankhya Yoga, Vedanta, etc., and aimed to work for universal brotherhood of humanity without distinction of race, creed, sex, caste or color. Basically at that time India was suffering from untouchability, inequalities, sati pratha, etc. So basically they wanted to eradicate such ill practice of India. So they opposed child marriage, they advocated abolition of caste discrimination, they wanted uplift of outcasts, they wanted improvement of condition of widows. Thus under the leadership of Annie Besant, this movement got popular, which led to the foundation of Central Hindu College in Banaras, where both Hindu religion as well as Western scientific subjects were taught. Later it became Banaras Hindu Vishwavidyalaya, which exists even today. 13th question, we have discussed the development of indigenous industries in India during the Second World War. Basically this comes from the topic of world history, impact of world wars. So India was directly engaged in the war because we were colony of Britishers, and Britishers participating in the war along with the allies. So India was directly engaged in the war, which left a wide-ranging impact on different sectors of its economy, including indigenous industries. In the war, basically demand of most of the good get exaggerated. The war provided a major demand stimulus to Indian industries, Government placed large orders for domestic industrial products for England as well as their allies. Older firms expanded their sales. Almost every industry operated at full capacity. Our agriculture got boost in that period also. And among indigenous industry, the expand were cement, cotton textile, iron and steel, sugar, etc. Those industries are flourishing in that time in India. In 1945, the production of cement and paper was 96% and that of steel 43%, textile 20%, which is higher than 20% than that of 1937. At the same time, some new industries started production for the first time during the war, including diesel engines, pumps, bicycles, sewing machines, etc. Thus, in an atmosphere of increasing demand and rising price, the indigenous industries reaped a rich harvest of profit. Always write a conclusion in 10 marker question. So let's see the next question. It says the Industrial Revolution was not only a technological revolution but a socio-economic revolution also that changed the way people lived afterwards. Basically, the question wants that apart from the technological advancement, what were the impact of Industrial Revolution on the socio-economic condition of the people at large? So, we'll start by defining Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution changed the mode of production, transforming economy, polity, society, etc. And the foundation of the Industrial Revolution was already laid down by the Renaissance, geographical discovery and world trade. Industrial Revolution, basically during the pre-industrial revolution, there is a increasing demand of goods in Britain. Necessity is the mother of invention. And the spark to the industrial revolution was given by new discoveries and invention like steam engine, spinning wheel, steam engine. And this way steam power was turned into mechanical power and manual labor was replaced by machine. This is the beginning of machine age. And this machine age got give promotion to the capitalism, and capitalism believe in talent and profit. Earlier the society was suffering from feudalism, where people used to be slave, but due to industrial revolution the capitalism got promoted, and capitalism believes only two things: talent and profit. And when we work on talent and profit, then capitalism started supporting equality, liberty, fraternity, which led to the abolition of slavery, improvement in the status of women, increase in the number of middle class because of urbanization. Thus, Industrial Revolution was not only a technological revolution but a socio-economic revolution also that changed the way people lived afterwards. Before Industrial Revolution, feudalism was there, and during feudalism there is a no right, no equality, only suppression and exploitation of people. In next video we will discuss Unit 2, Economy. Thanks for your time and patience. If you like the video, then do subscribe and hit the bell icon. Please share your suggestion and feedback in the comment section below. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care. See you in the next video.